All right, y'all, we got a video that dropped from Uncle Demi, and if you guys know anything about Uncle Demi, he tend to give you guys a little bit of leak action. As you know, listen, he's got some inside information, and I know in his videos he says, I've got no advanced knowledge or anything like that. But anytime one of Uncle Demi's videos drop, I like to jump in there and see if I can grab any of these Easter eggs. This is one of those videos he's talking about not only the theater, but he's also talking about, you know, the stage and things. But my main focus is on the theater. And if he's going to give us any type of information, any kind of little leaks, we got to listen really closely to see what he's talking about, guys. So look, let's jump right into his video and let's kind of dissect what we can to figure out what we're looking at. So here we go.
All right, we are once again back again with some more information, conversation about NBA 2K27 and what we should be potentially seeing within that game. Now, again, I want to stress, listen, I don't have no insider information on this. I don't know.
You know he got some insider information. Come on, Uncle Demi, you ain't fooling none of us now. You may not know 100%, but you got a little bit of tidbits. Why would you be making these videos if you didn't know at least a little something was down the chute? I don't know. Let's keep watching.
Know anything, these are just my opinions. These are just my suggestions. Again, I want to stress that it is more so of my years of experience with 2K and just understanding the issues that are within 26 and what the community's pushback, and usually 2K will handpick one or two things out of that are like, yeah, let's go ahead and make an effort to really
he's handpicking
up this. All right. Now, what I'm truly believing is that the theater, okay, the theater and the anti-up will get complete reworks. Okay. Now let's talk about the theater first. Okay. The theater is very valuable to 2K. A massive majority plays theater, okay?
I think he's right on this. There's a big majority that's switching from the park to the theater, and there's a lot of reasons why. One, sometimes it takes forever to find games, guys. Forever to find games. You go into the theater, it's matchmaking, guys. You're getting games like this, and a lot of people are liking things like that. I think that it's terrible that they put a lot of time and effort into the park, but the theater is kind of where it's at, right? That's where they want to think about things. So I think this could be an interesting kind of viewpoint. I'm hoping he gives us some information of things that could be coming down the pipeline for the theater. Let's check it out, man. I'm excited about this one.
Okay, a lot of randoms. I want to say randoms, casuals.
Yeah,
a lot of casuals. My fault. Hey, I don't want to be disrespectful. A lot of casuals love the theater. They go in there, they immediately are able to play games. It's a little different than the park. The park, you have to load up, and that's the reason why, you know, the park has been the way it's been. It hasn't been as active heavily is because a lot of people have migrated to the matchmaking. You know,
that's exactly what I was just talking about. The matchmaking is what making it live. So, like, if he's saying something about rework or something, maybe kind of mix up to where we can maybe see people do matchmaking, but matchmake into the park. Kind of like the old days. You remember how it used to be where you kind of load into a match and it brings you to the rec? There was 4 courts and it would kind of match make you into the rec like that. Could be something like that. Let's see.
The rec and theater are just really quick games. You don't have to just sit there and wait. Same thing like Pro-Am 3v3. All these matchmakings events makes it very, very interesting for players. So my thought process is that what's going to happen is that the park itself, along with theater, is going to get some type of merge, okay? And the reason why...
A merge. That's kind of what I was alluding to. A merge. That would be fantastic. You go into a theater, right? You load into a matchmaking, and then it will load you into the park. You could still see multiple courts going on. I think that would be fantastic. Maybe even you could even go to the park and just look at all the games that are going on, but you can't get on one of the spots. In order to get on one of the spots, you've got to load into like a matchmaking type of thing like the theater. I think that would make the park, quote unquote, go absolute crazy. And then all the work, all the things, because the theater's boring. It's just boring. It's a bland court. It doesn't change seasonally like you see with the park. I think it's a good way to merge it forward. This could be one of those leaks that we're talking about, guys. Yo, this would be crazy if they implemented something like that in 2K27, guys.
I feel that is because as much effort as they put into the park to try to get it, relevant again,
Yep.
it just didn't hit the mark as it should have.
Yep.
And I know that is because a lot of creators just did not play the park. All right. And again, you can talk about the cheating and stuff, and I know that has a big part of it, but a lot of people just want the instant games. Nobody wants to sit around and wait. The issue with theater is that the theater is bland. You continue to load up.
Oh
it's
my
the
God.
Same exact.
I just said this.
Right? It's the same. It's dark. It's dull. It's not inviting.
Nope.
It's grim. Right? I mean, we all know this. There's nothing excited about loading up and playing in theater. So what my take is that the theater is going to get a revamp to where it's actually going to have a change of scenery, right? You're going to be looking at potentially the theater having the outdoor elements of loading up, and again, just an example would be like, Rivet, or, Sunset, or, you're in New York, or you're in this. You load up and you're in these nice vivid parks, and they continue to rotate. If you know about like how it is, the maps can rotate in other games. You know how maps rotate, and it's kind of like Apex does a good job because they rotate it like hourly. So for 1 hour is this map, the next hour is this map. You can do that. I don't know if necessarily the server.
What if it rotated hourly like Apex, like he's saying? Maybe like alternate every season. It rotates between like 3 or 4 every hour or 2 hours or such, with matchmaking on top of that. Y'all, I think already it's saturated because there's just way too many game modes. But if you start centering these game modes like this, where you can link up a theater type of matchmaking play with the park. Oh man, now the streak thing wouldn't really work out. You wouldn't be able to pull up on anybody, but nobody, I guess, really cares about that too much. That's mostly with cheaters and everything anyway. You do some type of matchmaking with the park, and you rotate the scenery to keep it fresh throughout the season. Yo, that could be really good. That could be really, really good, y'all.
Can just work with like random, hundreds and hundreds of people are just loading up into random different ones. So I think it's easier on the system just to have it for an hour, you're in this, and then the next hour you're in that, which helps with just changing up the scenery. Now, some of y'all might say, well, what is that? How will that impact the park? The park can still have its own elements, but I really truly believe that eventually they gotta phase out that park, even though it's free running and people getting on the dots and that type of.
Phasing out the park will change the fundamentals of NBA 2K drastically, in my opinion. Drastically. You start merging some of these modes, number one, you're going to increase the volume of players per mode, which is fantastic. I think the 2K community has spoken. We want matchmaking, right? It's so much easier than just running around. Yeah, you're gonna phase out some of, like he was just saying, you get on the dots and stuff. But look, I think that's just old. It's time for the new stuff, and I think the new stuff is matchmaking, guys.
There's still a very small niche for that, I guess you can say, but a lot of things are just pushing towards matchmaking. It's just one of those things that are just,
well, just saying,
cannot beat being able to play right away, compared to sitting on dots and people having to randomly step off the dots and walk away. So I don't believe that park is going to be gone, right? I don't believe that, but I also believe that the theater is going to get that bump. And you could see potentially a phase out of the old school standard park.
I wish.
Or there is going to be some type of rendition or some type of new element that's brought that I'm not thinking about. Maybe y'all in the comment section can talk about or bring up that is going to allow the park to be a little more relevant. But I feel like time is money and people just don't want to sit and wait. Okay, as a YouTuber, yes, you have your ability to have your logo or you're streaming and people are able to play tons and tons, but a lot of people, they don't have that ability. So they're sitting there waiting on dots, trying to find somebody to play with. They don't want to do it, so what they do, they just go to theater or they step in the rec.
Yep.
So that's what I'm thinking about. Now let's talk about the stage. The stage has been needing a rework for a very long time. 2K tried to get rid of the stage, and then they brought it back. I can't remember what 2K. I can't remember what 2K was, like 19 or.
They got rid of the stage because it was an absolute uproar. People was just, they wanted that high-end competition. The problem is now you're going to the stage and you're running against absolute zinners. So you're almost guaranteed to lose your VC at this point. They need to rework that for sure. They need to work on the cheaters 100%. You've seen some of those videos on my channel already talking about these cheaters. But if you can't get rid of the stage because people love that high-end competition with the stakes on the line of your VC. That's hard-earned money right there. I don't know. We'll see what Demi has to talk about it.
I can't remember what 2K was, where there was no stage and they were trying to make it like an event. That didn't work. It was a massive outcry. They brought it back. But they brought it back and they basically have kept it the same for years. Right? It has not changed as much.
I don't play stage anyway.
And I feel like this year is going to be the year of the rework of Ante Up, aka the stage. Now, it is still going to have the same elements of what you see right now, where you're walking in and you pick the court that you want to get on, that type of sort. But I do feel like the actual scenery is going to get massive overhaul. I think there should be or will be some unique aspects that are going.
Is he dancing around his words too much? He said it could be or should be and he says that, well, they will have a change in scenery, but then he's like, I hope they. Uncle Demi, you're not fooling Bayou Bingo over here. There's something going on here that that you're not telling us and you're not able to because maybe it's an NDA and you're just giving us those, hey, listen to what I'm saying and what I'm not saying, guys. Listen. I think there's some of that going on right now, guys. I don't know.
Going to be added that a lot of people hasn't thought of. I do feel like they're going to put some time and effort into that this year. So again, y'all let me know in the comment section what different elements you think they will add to the stage to make it different. The stage has literally been the same for a decade, right? I mean, it's literally, you go on the 500, the 1,000, the 5,000, the 10,000 court, dollar court, whatever it was. And that was basically it. You're just playing for money. But if you think about it from the standpoint of how gambling and how stake and all these other companies have really, immersed themselves in the sports and in the streaming world, you'll think that, yes, the actual stage is outdated. There's so many different elements that you can do than just step on a dot for 500. Maybe there's other different types of games like blackjack or whatever, not necessarily using those names, those terminologies, but, ways of using cards like, real playing cards and playing like that, like different unique elements of making money or high stakes, right? Money that you could utilize. I do feel like 2K has been spoken and thought of. I know a lot of it has to be trying to prevent virtual currency being used as gambling, but we see it all the time now with opening packs and that type of stuff.
Yep.
So again, I'm just throwing a Hail Mary out here. I'm not saying that's something that's happening, but it feels like there's going to be a massive overhaul for the stage and also for theater. So again, y'all let me know in the comment section, man. How do y'all feel about these? Are these W's? Are these L's? Is there anything in particular that you want me to talk about in future videos that you want to have insight on? Like, Uncle Demi, what do you think about? Let me know in the comment section also. But other than that, this is your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger Man. When I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man.
All right, guys. Let me go ahead and make sure you guys like Uncle Demi's video. Really good video. I think it gives us some insights, a little bit of leaking action going. I'm going to leave his channel down in the description below. As you guys go over there, go give him a free subscribe, guys. He's always giving out these little hints that he knows some things, but he can't really say that he knows some things. If you take it all of what he's saying in a nutshell, I'm not really too worried about the stage or any up because I don't play there. It's filled with cheaters. I don't want to have to lose my hard-earned VC to a cheater that's just hitting a button and going green all the time. But the theater, having that merging with the park is extremely interesting to even think about. I wasn't even focused on that, but just the thought of that is absolutely fantastic, guys. That's gonna make, because I've started, I'm a rec head, right? Anybody who knows, go over there on Twitch. We stream on Twitch all the time, guys. Again, my Twitch link is in the description below. Go over there and freaking subscribe to the channel over there. Go get it rocking and rolling. Give me a free follow. I really would appreciate that. But it's one of those things that I'm starting to go out into the theater now. I've been playing a lot with my friends. I'm not just a rec kid anymore, but I would actually be able to quote unquote be more into the park games if it was more matchmaking and not necessarily always just going to the park, finding the old cheaters and having people pull up. I'm not worried about it anymore. That's kind of the old way of 2K. I like the new 2K way, and I think the theater is the way to kind of mesh that. New scenery, new things. That would be fantastic to look at. I think the rec needs new scenery. Let's be honest with you. Let's change that up a little bit too. Put a damn Christmas tree in the corner for Christmas or something. Do something for us. I would really appreciate it. Look, this is just a video. I wanted to break down Uncle Demi's video, see what he had to say, see what kind of leaks he was going. You know, we're going to cover as much stuff on this channel as possible, guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are a newer 2K community channel. I want to make sure we build this thing up, man. I want to make sure we have positivity towards NBA 2K. I'm excited about where this game is headed, guys. We got to stay on the right path. I think there's just too much hate out there, too much negativity. Let's pick up this game. Yeah, there's some flaws, and I'm going to make sure that we point those out, because it's not always, you know, roses and candy all the time, but we also can't be bashing the shit out of them all the time. We got to say some positivity about 2K, because how else are we going to make a positive change in this game if we're always just so negative, guys? Again, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go over to Uncle Demi's, hit him subscribe, hit the like on the video we just watched as well. Support him as well, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.